Time after time to make you whole, heal your soul by holding your hand. Leave it to a woman to make you feel like a man. Leave it to a woman.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
What is going on? Yeah, people call me right now. Should I answer the call? No, not doing it. Going blind here because I haven't had time to pull up our screen sheet yet. But look who's here. We got Mark Peterson. We got the Beast and the Beast, and the amazing Jonathan Crochet from Bourbon Battle Buddies. And Miss Eichmann is off, serving like she does, and literally and figuratively. I don't know if you get the joke. Because she's coaching volleyball right now. Isn't that funny, Jonathan?
So I'm going to follow the script, okay? Andrea, Debrief is here to let word for word. No. I can take these off now again. What's up, man? I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have survived the
Are you
weekend.
recuperated? Are you recuperated?
Oh, Lord, no.
Lord, no. These events that we get to go to are a little bit bittersweet in the fact that they are exhilarating. And that's funny because typically something that exhilarates you does not drain the poo out of you. But absolutely, and I think that's part of it because it's such an emotional upswing that I think the downswing is like you're hitting a dump truck on the way down. I look really bright today. I know that doesn't happen very often, but like we're gonna have to work on some lighting here in the Peterson house.
You feel great?
Look how glowing I am.
Man, you just need to turn the lights down and take care of all that.
Yeah.
No, I'm good, but it was a little rough waking up this morning.
I was yeah, it was craziness. So those who don't know, and I guess this isn't following the script at all, because like I said, I don't have it up yet because I haven't had time to pull it up yet. What's it titled, first of all, Jonathan? Because we've had some changes in titles recently.
What's my title?
What's the title of the debrief?
This is the weekly debrief. Here, I'll just put the link in the
You're amazing.
messages.
See, look, we can't do it without having Mama Bear around and taking care of us.
Everything's off of it.
I like to think I'm the one that keeps it all organized, but let's be honest, who really keeps us all organized? Today is a special day.
We got Joe Allen Christie in the comments, just so you know.
Oh, he's in there? That guy?
Oh,
Do we know him? Do we know him?
We met him once.
One
Briefly.
time?
He
Oh my God.
I think he's a singer, maybe. It says music at the end. That's
Is that he's a singer?
yeah. Good to see you, buddy.
I don't. What is it up with military guys?
I just want to take a sip from my cup.
Oh, look at that delicious looking cup you got going there, buddy.
I don't know.
Is that full of bourbon?
No. I got another meeting tonight to go to.
Oh,
So-
fair enough. I don't know what it is with military guys. I did happen to see a lot of it while we're at this event, and I'm sorry, Joe, you're not. You are very close to this, but why do all these military guys tend to like find partners that are well out of their gene pool? Like Mr. Christie does not. I'm joking. I met his wife, beautiful lady. She hangs out with him, and I'm just like, what a lucky guy he is. But we could easily say that about Andrea. Why the hell would Andrea hang out with you and me? I mean,
Yeah, she's a lucky girl. I know.
That's what I keep telling her. Today's a special day. It's a day that hits me pretty hard at moments. It was crazy, and for some reason, I don't know why, I totally denote in life when I look at the clock and notice when it says 9/11. And even last night when I was making my dinner after our show, I took a picture of it. I'm sitting there and I look up, and another memory of what a tragic day this was. And our pledge, the WeP3 pledge, is an indicator of all the men and women that laid it on the line for this day. Literally a very specific historical moment where we watched both men and women running into burning buildings while others were running from it to try and save those who were jumping from it, to be honest with you. We know why we get to do this. Thank you to the service members and first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, family, and ultimately their lives to give us the freedoms that we have that allow us to do what we are doing daily, giving us the platforms and opportunities to have events like Hero Stock, to give us the opportunity to put on podcast shows like this one and so many more, and to be able to touch beards with our fellow brothers. Shouldn't say sisters at that moment because that's not very nice. But thank you. We honor each and every one of our shows because of the men and women have put their lives on lines, and so we're here. Thank you. Oh, look, they just straight up. That was nice. Andrea put you on there first. Oh, no, I am. This is a small. Last night we had Mr. Phil Cook, who is a photographer and has done what he needs to do. Probably the most uncoached person on our show ever to just run with it, do with it, go with it, and get the information out there. He is with Irreverent Warriors and shared the mission of that. He's based in and around Nashville and just did an amazing job of coming and sharing the mission and what they're trying to get done. I really was impacted by even the fact that he had I will call custom made flag that represented 9/11 and other first responder groups that committed to that mission and that space. And it was just awesome having Mr. Phil Cook on and his overwhelming patriotic position of just getting the job done, being literally boots on the ground and watching his passion. Yeah, it was awesome.
Definitely. We'll move into the music now.
Yeah.
All right. Last night we had Scotty Fraser on, and I could talk a little bit about Scotty, but I couldn't possibly say enough about Scotty. That's the kind of person I think that he is after having met him. The first song he sang was called Red, White, and Blue. It's a love song about this girl who looks good in red, white, and blue. But all jokes aside, in the last verse, you find out that the girl that he's been talking about throughout the whole song is actually the flag. And it's a love song with America, you know. The second song he sang was called Do or Die. It's the title song from the band's first album. And he said this song is kind of the military motto, and I thought it meant hurry up and wait, but apparently that's not it. There's a line in the song that says, mine's not to wonder why, it's just to do or die. And it got me thinking about it today when I was listening to the music. You think about the times when you're on mission and there's not really thoughts of anything except the mission. There's no why am I doing this at that moment. There's nothing, right? There's no questions. It's just focus on the mission. And there were times when that specific mission was do or die. So I appreciate the heck out of that song. The last song was called Never Surrender, and it is the title song off of his new album when it comes out. The message in this song was just don't give up on life. Every day that you are above ground is another day to make a difference in your life and ultimately in someone else's life. He hopes to have a video for this song by January 2024. And reading this, it made me think about something I saw. And it said, you try to live your life to be a light for somebody else, and ultimately you'll end up lighting your own path too. So if you need direction, make your life about somebody else, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I love it. I love it. So what has the People's Patriot Project been up to lately? Well, we had the amazing opportunity, first of all, Andrea and myself, and I'm not excluding Jonathan, because Jonathan's definitely a huge, gigantic part of what's going on. But we have never met Jonathan face-to-face up until this weekend. And we had some awesome hugs. I'm just going to say that. And the camaraderie and just being able to communicate on a very real level, talking through stuff that some of the subject matter is tough and some of the subject matter is exhilarating, and some of the subject, and we just got to spend a lot of quality time together and ponder where we're going. The great piece is, we were invited to Hero Stock by Jason Steiner. And thank you, Jason Steiner, for the amazing gift and opportunity you gave us to be there. It was an honor to come down and represent the People's Patriot Project at Hero Stock. Me and Jason had a conversation prior to attending as to what our role specifically would be. And he gave us the sky's the limit. You guys do what you want to do. And collectively as a group, we decided that we would just represent big pieces. This is something that we've done, I'm going to say regularly, but definitely not enough. And that's being involved in these events where we have veteran and first responder musicians, and many, many boots on the ground organizations. And how impactful was that just to be down there? It was just amazing. So the event took place at the Round the Bend Steakhouse. I didn't realize that it was going to be an endearing place for me, only in the fact it is also home of the Testicle Festival, which I love. And I know that's funny and not funny and all the above, but they have a little eatery there, and I've got to enjoy the consumption of some of these amazing delicacies. And it was unfortunate. Jonathan is doing some things where he's taking care of himself, and so there was a window that we were trying to get this done, and he was it wasn't his time to be part of that, but just great. Lots of amazing people and amazing events happened throughout the day. We showed up early, 6:30. Well, should we even talk about the night before?
Cool. I mean, yeah, how can we not?
Yeah, I know. So sadly, things go on without you when you're not available, and it is what it is. But many of the contributors got to meet earlier on Friday and start building the bonds that definitely we're seeing throughout the weekend. Jason had procured a Airbnb for the musicians, and Andrea and I showed up, and Jonathan was there. And the great piece is that Jason had taken care of everything. He had food there for everyone, and the musicians just started playing, and that is an unadulterated, 100% perfect. It's one of the reasons why we've done the things we've done. I don't know if Jason took notes or what, or it doesn't matter. He did it his way, and we loved how he did it. So the musicians basically kind of give a free jam, free singing time for the contributors. And so we had Barbara Sim there, we had Scotty Hasting there, we had Derek Thompson there, We had Joe Allen Christie there. We had Taylor Olam there. And they just sat and they played their craft. And the really cool piece is they invite each other into their music each together. And it is just awesomeness. Jonathan was able to network in, and I don't mean to speak for you, brother, but was able to network into other groups that me and Andrea haven't networked into, and built some relationships, and we're excited for those. You know, by the time we got there, it was time to listen, not necessarily network at that time, and so it's perfectly fine. We loved it. Some great barbecue food was there. Great. I'm not sure where Mr. Steiner got those for. I would do a shout out. Maybe he'll hone us in on those ideas in the future, or let us know. Oh, you got the hashtag Testicle Festival in there. I love it.
I think, and I might have this wrong, the pulled pork was done by Steiner.
Oh, it was.
But the burn ends was, and if I got this right, I hope I do, because the guy was super cool. Creations by Jake or something like that.
Okay.
And he's got his little food. Actually, the guy that did the hamburgers and stuff at the food truck. Yeah. He was the one who did the burn-ins for the pre-party.
Outstanding. So the interesting piece is, this is probably where we hurt ourselves the most, because we got there and this little event didn't stop. In fact, we had to pull up and say, it's time to go, because that's when the one bell of 3:30 in the morning rang, knowing that Jonathan, myself, and Andrea, Jonathan had committed, and we coattailed his commitment to help with being a water station for one of the ruck marches in the ruck battle. And then we had the awesome opportunity to get into the event the next day, and kind of shaking off the cobwebs a little bit. And it was what it was. And you know what? We learned to do it. There may have been a time on Saturday where Barbara Sim came and tapped me on the shoulder, where I may or may not have been a little eyes down moment, and was concerned that if I was okay or not. And I'm like, yeah, we're going on a long time without sleep is what we're going on. But we got to kick off the first Ruck March with Scott Frudenberg and Ruck It Up for Warriors. They went out and they're able to donate $500 to the First Responders Foundation, which helps the police forces of Lincoln, Nebraska. It was awesome to talk to Scott. It was awesome to watch their group kick off that Ruck March. We do have some lives showing both the Ruck It Up for Warriors kickoff, and then shortly after that, Irreverent Warriors, who always comes in a force, came in, and they started off their walk. Wheels for Warriors donated a motorcycle, their 40th motorcycle this year. And they're planning on getting, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think they're planning on getting 50.
No, I don't think that's this year. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not?
No, I think it's 40 since I want to say it was 2017 they started. And this is number 40 then. But they're planning on, they said if everything works out, they should have 50 donated by early next year.
Okay. So I'm a little rough on the details, but still amazing. They gave away a beautiful victory motorcycle. Listen to the narrative of the young man, and again, I don't have his name, but it was just absolutely phenomenal. I bet you I could find it real quick if I work the resource real quick. And maybe they don't want to put that information out there. Granted, I don't think anyone really would be upset if it was out there. But I'm not finding it right now, and that's okay.
I feel like Jeremy Daniels might have been a little jealous right there. He said, "Lucky for you, you got a free private show with the music. And
Oh yeah. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, I mean, I know that there's some limitations in your world, but then we definitely would love to work out an opportunity to get you to one of these events. It is selfishly one of the best parts of being involved in these, and we get to spend time close with the artists.
I think that might be the answer to your question.
Ace, do we know who this Facebook user is?
I do not. That's Andrea's forte. She finds them people.
I know
She's everywhere with that.
You can drop us a name real quick, just so we can give you a shout out as well. Yeah, and so Jeremy Daniels is also then stacking up. You're lucky you get that free private concert along with Gray. Oh, that's Scott.
Yeah,
brother. Good to have you here, man. The man, the myth, the legend, the one that is a go-to. I mean, it's awesome. Thank you. So I already kind of rattled off all the musicians. We had Scotty Hastings there. We had Barbara Sim music. We had Taylor Olam with Guitars for Veterans, and then the amazing Joe Allen Christie there. Never stopped. We did have end of the evening musician Dylan Bloom. Great band, great energy. Was awesome. Just an amazing lineup. And here's another amazing part of the evening is they had their set list created. It was already done. And the fun part is there was kind of an open invitation for anyone to come to this event. That's the way it works. That's how you raise money and take care of these nonprofits. And with the addition of Barbara Sim and Joe Allen Christie, there was an opportunity where they got to actually plug them in between sets. And it just enhanced the evening. 100% enhanced the evening. And we were absolutely blessed by state-of-the-art ingenuity of amazing veteran musicians, and loved every minute of it. Ready to go again. I mean, ready to start this all over again and do the next event, whatever that looks like, and wherever we go and want to do. Go ahead.
I know we talk about the fun times and there was definitely no shortage of fun at the event. But there's also another aspect of this that I'd like to point out is, there's connections made and networking being done. And I believe as of today that there's already some networking from Nebraska down here in Louisiana with some other individuals that may be trying to kick some stuff off, which I hope to be excited to be able to share with y'all some great information about that soon. But networking is happening, and that's ultimately what I think the event was designed for, right? To put people in the same space. Just
she's gonna
excited.
Up, I guarantee.
Excited.
She's gonna mess something up.
Dude, I'm late to the game, so I wanted to scroll through and see what we've got a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't have a voice.
Me and Mark. And now you.
Is it my turn?
Sure.
Look at. Nice to meet you. Now you don't.
But yeah. Is that the new device?
Yeah, that's my new phone. My new fixed up phone. Yeah.
It's like a kaleidoscope.
It's
you look more angelic than ever.
Yes, with the shading. It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
Some real quick shout outs again. We had the awesome opportunity to hang out with Eric Mello of Contagion Effect while we were there. Derek Thompson of Shadow Mark Podcast.
TJ. Derek and TJ.
Who?
Oh
yeah. And TJ, right. They go by I
Shadow
can't.
Mark.
I struggle
Shadow
with
Mark.
it.
They go by Shadow Mark.
Joe
but they go by-
Mingo.
Domingo.
Yes.
Joe Mingo.
We met new friends. Dad's Man Cave podcast, and I got a hat, Andrea.
Yeah, protect your purpose.
Purpose.
Protect your purpose. Yeah.
Purpose.
Yes.
Exciting. Got a chance to see some people from my past that weren't necessarily. I knew Miss Paige Ott was a veteran. She walked by. I knew her from back in my Indian motorcycle days. I mean, I'm still an Indian motorcycle rider, but I used to work more directly in that industry with being the president of the IARJ writers, and Paige is part of the writers group, and she walked by, and can't be. I walked by again. I'm like, oh my gosh, Paige, that is you. Let's quit pretending. And she's doing amazing work in the Omaha area, helping with veterans that are in long-term care, and love her mission doing that. Just around every corner there was a conversation, and the amazing part is, and I'm going to piggyback a little bit on Jonathan's conversation about how there was a network opportunity, but more than that, there's a purpose, there's a reason, there's a drive, there's a mission for these events. And that is ultimately to save our brothers and sisters, to let them know that the resources, the support, the network is there. Can we help you, Miss Eichmann?
No, there she is.
She's there.
I didn't touch anything. Look, my hands are here.
Yeah, look at that. There's a purpose and reason for it. It's not just because we want to have a good time, but what a great mission that is. Great food, great booze, great friends, camaraderie, great music. It's a place you want to be. Anyone wants to be in that space. Thank you, Jason Steiner, for doing it. Thank you for having us there. It was absolutely an exhilarating time for myself and for our team. And
I'd like to steal something I read Taylor Ulam said. She said it was like going to a family reunion of strangers. I was like, that's about the most perfect way of saying it right there, right? I went into a family reunion with a bunch of strangers.
Because you might not have been family before you got there, but before you left, certainly, absolutely were family. Love it.
Absolutely.
I like to mention, and I hope I got the name right. I don't know if you guys got the chance to meet him, but it was Rick Yee with the Warriors Way mindset. He's got a Facebook group, and if I'm not mistaken, and I haven't had the chance to do the research on all the information I wrote down, but I believe there might be a podcast as well. But Rick Yee with the Warriors Way mindset, and you can find them on Facebook too.
Very cool.
Ever so just some fantastic people, man.
There was.
I'm Deuce Outfitters. God, I wish I could remember all of them.
The crazy part, Deuce Outfitters was brought to our attention probably 5 months ago, and we just haven't had time to get to them. And I didn't even get a chance to go over there and talk to them, but you could just appreciate everything that they were doing over there, and how fun was it? It was just awesome.
Shoot. I have a video. I'm gonna do something, and I'll have to. It's a learning curve. I'll have to learn something new, but I'm gonna take the video of the gentleman being presented the motorcycle from Warriors for Wheels for Warriors. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna do something. My goal is to, because we had a lot of talk about how do we reach the people that don't know, that are not in a world where they come in contact with a veteran or a first responder or a group that is this thickly bonded. And how do we make those videos available to them so that they can understand there's a lot of emotion tied up in all these parts and pieces of brother and sisterhood. And man, you just unleashed a fury of emotions on that one. And maybe some videos will help. I'm not sure. Did you guys talk about, you talked about 9/11, right? A little bit.
We did.
Can I just, one comment, and maybe this was already mentioned, but man, I teach 8th graders and one section of 7th graders, and they were born in, so would they be 9 and 10, 09 and 10, right? And there's some of them that don't even know, and it's breaking my heart. And because, you know, we got to teach them the school standards, there's not, I have to figure out how to fit this in better next year, because we typically have discussion and lessons in the past, and now these kiddos, very few of them are attached to somebody who was touched by 9/11 in a very personal way.
So can I share something with you?
Mm-hmm.
So I start every one of my class periods off with a circle. All the students get into a circle, and we have conversations based on topics, and a lot of times about food. Believe it or not, we talk about food. You know, what's your favorite grilled cheese sandwich, stuff like that. But today I started it off with, and it had a really cool dialogue with them, because I ultimately just asked them, does 9/11 mean anything to you? Because these students are born after the fact of the event. And I totally get it, because it's kind of, so I was born in 1969. Vietnam was still going on, but did it really impact me? And did I understand the pieces of the Vietnam War? I really, as a kid, or until I actually took the time to research it, never really understood the impact of the Vietnam War. And now we're watching the after effects of, and that's not our, and that's not, and I know you're not blaming or discrediting, but we talked about, and I showed them when the hairs were raising on my arm, when I got our first call from our headquarters to say, you know what, you guys are on call, which had never happened in the history of what we're doing. And my students are really cool about it, because I had some moments in the conversation where I kind of had to pull my stuff together, but it made them ask more questions. Mm-hmm. And bless their hearts, we got great kids out there. They just don't know. Let's be honest. In 1991, when we entered Desert Storm, and I was going to college, my first year of college, and there were some other service members in my school, and they were freaking out, because they're like, you know what, I didn't get into this to go to war. I got into this to go to school. And I'm like, that's garbage. We've been protected from stuff since the Vietnam War till now, a good 30 years. And it pissed me off, to be honest with you. And again, our poor American, soft, weak ass kids, our people, how offended were they during Desert Storm and such, when they were seeing people being beheaded, and oh my gosh, they're doing that. Yeah, that's what happens in the other side of the world. You soft people. This is real life for people every day, and our snotty-nosed little American brats, and that I'm talking age 0 to 48 or older, who lay their heads on the pillows of freedom every single day because they know no one's knocking on our door. And September 11th is an example where someone took a shot and knocked on our door, which made September 12th. And we got into the dialogue as well about, how awesome it was to feel connected with all of America for a very short period of time. And it was awesome today because the kids acknowledged there's so many things trying to separate us now. Mm-hmm. And we had that real conversation today. It was out freaking standing.
You might appreciate this too, because being in the school setting, in one of my classes, as we were talking about it, and then I asked if anyone was connected. Now here's the other side of the coin. One girl said, yeah, my uncle was trying to get back home a few days later and was stopped at the gate because he fit the profile. Oh no, you're good. He fit the profile. And I'm like, the profile? And she goes, yep, he's Native American. And so they weren't going to let him fly because he's brown. So yeah, it was, which led to a whole different type of conversation, right? On the same topic, but then it ties to kind of today's world as well. And so, yeah, it was very, we had some good conversations about it. So yeah. Hey, Kmish.
Hey, thanks for letting us borrow your dad for the weekend, buddy.
He said you can take him back whenever you want.
Oh.
Did he bring you home anything?
Yeah.
Couple
Was it a lousy T-shirt?
that he'll have to throw into.
Oh, we got more, buddy. Just wait.
Get him next week. Kid grows like a weed.
That's awesome. Hey, I was looking at our notes, and shoot, Jonathan mentioned a little bit what's coming up a little bit, but we're in a lull. We're in a little bit of a lull right now.
What?
Not for being busy, not at all. But this actually is, I love to travel, but having just started the school year, it gets a little tougher to travel. And so I feel like I'm in a cloud. I can't get out of this cloud I'm in, and that's a whole different story. But anyway, it feels good because we have a lot of stuff to get rolling on, paperwork and all that stuff.
No, that's what I said to Jess. I was like, I just had like the time of my life. I can't remember the last time I had this much fun piled into one weekend, and I'm exhausted and I'm ready to go to bed, but I'm also glad it's over because I could spend my time focusing on work again, right?
And a little bit of sleep, hopefully.
I had my fun. Now it's time to go back to work.
Exactly. So.
No, man. I know it was tiring. It was a long weekend and all of that, but at the same time, it was so very much exhilarating just to be a part of it.
Yeah, it was spectacular. Spectacular weekend. Oh my gosh. Trying to remember if I heard. What?
Is that Bessie?
Yeah. Is that Lois?
I don't know. I was
Hmm.
assuming it's Bessie. Good to have you here.
I'm not as fast as Andrea, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I can do nothing right now. I can barely see, so
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not gonna be
touch anything,
searching.
Andrea, put your hands up right now. Put your
Yeah.
hands up. There you go. Dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air.
So next week's guest.
We didn't do it last night during the show. We got distracted. So many things going on.
Yeah, we got upcoming guests, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Chuck Tyler with Veterans Intellectual Property, and I think that's going to be of some value to people, to some people in the network. I'm excited to have him on. We all are, really. And we got Brian McCleary bringing us some music. And I have not had time to do the Brian McCleary Spotify research that I enjoy so much, but I'm going to be doing that this week throughout the week.
I don't know that there's anything. He's a Vets for Heroes musician, and I have talked with him. He'll probably be playing live, and just he doesn't have anything recorded yet, but we are hoping to get that going. Awesome. Outstanding. And so, yep. I really don't. I mean, it's tough when I'm, for lack of a better word, teaching, because I don't get to do all the things I want to do. Like, sadly, we didn't get a WeP3 9/11 post out there today. Doesn't mean we're not going to yet, but I just haven't had time to do that. And considering our show ran late last night, our 1 hour brief show that we do every week on Sundays at 1800 Central Standard Time. It is what it is. And we've always committed we're going to do the most we can with what we have, with the resources we have. And we're going to commit to that until we have more people. If there's anyone out there listening that has a little skill set that you'd like to share with us, we'd love to have you come on board and be part of the team. Time, talent, and treasure, it gets the job done. And the more we get done, the more we will affect. And is that product placement, Jonathan? Is that
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
Why don't you throw that hoodie on right away, huh?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, not today.
I'm back in South Louisiana. I can't wear that.
Yeah, no.
Your wife was probably like looking at it, was like, what are you going to do with that?
No, I showed it to her and she picked it up and she was like, it's so heavy. And I was like, I know, it's warm too. And she was like, yep, you're not getting it back.
It's the stuff we wear in Minnesota.
That's what I wear here.
I was like, yeah, they probably use that like in the spring over there, but we're going to use it in the dead of winter over here.
You got like 4 days that are going to be cold enough to wear that sweatshirt.
You're going to get snow this year. That's what's going to happen.
I've seen snow twice in my life here. There's been snow maybe 4 or 5 times in my life, but I was here for it twice.
It's going to happen this year.
We got to, me and Landon got to make snow angels. It was really just like laying down on the ice. It always rains before it snows, so nothing sticks.
Well, I know that I filled my plate with a ton of stuff to get working on. How many guidons would you guys, the actual flag part of the guidon, how many of those do you think we need?
I'd start with 5.
5 of them.
And that's just being modest. I think we got ones 100% spoken for already. And I feel like that we wouldn't have a problem getting rid of a few more.
Yeah.
And one pretty soon too. For something.
And this is part of our planning meeting, which we don't need to do now. But I also want to get like a couple pennants done, type flags, for one that say WeP3, some that say We the People. We'll get some of that done. I have the order in ready to go right now. And so, gosh, I tied up a bunch of tiny loose ends today. It was awesome.
So you're back to work. So you got some spare time to work now, huh?
Right. Now that we're back to work, we just find a couple things to do.
Lunchtime.
I probably drove Andrea a little bit nuts today with all the little, because my Facebook was down again. This is a weekly occurrence. I know why it is and everything, but it is what it is. And I didn't take my computer to the place where I'm employed today, so I was having to ask questions, and we're okay. Should we end on a ditty?
Do we have a Joe Christie song handy?
Yeah. Not ready, but we do have a Scotty Fraser song.
Event streamers for the guide on. I like Jeremy Daniels. I like where you're coming from.
We do have event streamers for 2 of our events in the past. I had them there. We just didn't string a guide on while we were there. But we definitely do. And that is that's kind of a fundraiser for people that are at the event, so that they get to have a chance to have a piece of the event. But we definitely do event streamers as well.
Love that, Jeremy. Love it. Because we should probably send him we need to send Jeremy a shirt. I mean, he's really one of us.
He really is one of us.
I don't think Jeremy. I think we should get somebody who specializes in bright green ink and get Jeremy Daniels a tattoo instead.
Oh. Does he want one?
I don't know.
Wait, do we get to pick the tattoo and the placement, or what are we doing here?
I think we put it right on his chest.
So,
yeah.
you know, we have brands too, right? You knew that, Jonathan.
Right? Iron brands.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We can Yellowstone this.
Well,
yep.
we're you didn't get yours yet.
Well, it skips a generation, I heard.
You keep yours in the fridge. That's the way that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
I keep my branding in the fridge.
What was that?
That can't say.
I thought it was funny.
I was asking you a completely different question, but Siri decided that was what I wanted to say. And your response was classic. And I had a female moment because I couldn't stop laughing. Check my profile for you guys. I know, Jeremy. I know. Your brand we're gonna have to brand people on the forehead. Jonathan, you got room up there for a brand?
You gonna have a brand.
That's 2 shots in 2 days, man.
I didn't do another one. That was not me.
Jonathan will probably have voting powers coming this next Wednesday, so he might try to off the old director at some point.
You better watch it, Missy.
Moving on up.
I think I'll ask you. Never surrender, red, white, and blue, or do or die.
I love them all, but let's do Never Surrender. Promote the upcoming album.
All right.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
When you say a lot, Jeremy, I know what you're saying, but you do a lot for us. Oh my gosh, I caught it. Look at that. You do an awful lot for us just when you're here. And that's the parts that count, bud. Yeah.
It's definitely a different atmosphere when you don't see Jeremy Daniels in the chat over here. It just don't feel right.
Yep. So we appreciate your presence here, and your conversation as well. So yeah, Jeremy, we got you.
And tacos.
And then the tacos come in.
I had tacos last night. I'm gonna have some tacos here in a minute.
I don't think I have anything to have, so I'm going to go feed the dogs and wonder what I should have.
Taco Bell.
Oh, sorry. I mean, if they want to sponsor us, I'll eat their tacos. I mean, if they're free, I might think about them, but I don't know. I can't do fast food tacos. Seasoning is a little much on me.
You got to work on that stomach. Eat MREs for a couple of years, you'll be able to handle all of it.
I know. Is there like an age though? Is there like an age you're just it's just not gonna happen? I'm a spicy food lover. I am, but it's something about the kind of seasoning that's used. I think not the flavor of it.
Maybe so.
You don't guys.
Are you asking? Is there an age when you stop eating tacos?
Is there an age where your tummy stops being able to handle things as well as it used to?
I don't. I want to be done if I can't eat tacos. Done.
Okay.
That's
only a piece of the conversation. What do we got coming up? What are we listening to?
We are listening to. Oh, there's something in the private chat, Squirrel.
That's
okay. Why don't you just say, hey, I got about to run. We got the Never Surrender. This is Scotty Frazier, an amazing Patriot. Patriot pride.
Heck yeah, I love y'all. It's very awkward.
It was. It said.
I was broken for a while, a drop of blood for every mile I'm on. I took all that they gave and lived to fight another day. But if today is all I get, I'll make my mark and you can bet that I'll never surrender. On this life, and I'll never surrender. On this life, I can't change the past, but I can change how the story turns. 'Cause it's not mistakes that make us, but the lessons learned. Because what doesn't kill me will make me stronger in the end. And I'll never surrender. On this life, and I'll never surrender. On this life, and even if I fall, I'll get back up, standing tall again, with a medal on my chest. God knows I've done my best, because what doesn't kill me will make me stronger in the end. And I'll never surrender on this life. And I'll never surrender on this life.